Hello, beautiful and exotic women of the world. Welcome back to another video. So I want to make a part 2 of my previous video where I talked about how people can be fans of you before they become your friend. And now we're going to discuss the men, because men are one of the biggest culprits of being fans of women and then turning around and being women's biggest nightmares. So men often like to collect pretty women like trophies. They look at us as objects to acquire rather than actual human beings to care for and to love and to respect. And when you objectify somebody, it dehumanizes them to the point where you don't care about their feelings, their well-being, and forging a healthy relationship. And a lot of times, women are approached by men who have them on social media or who they went to school with, who they probably never paid any attention to. And this happens because they have been your secret admirer. Much like in my previous video where I discussed women doing this, men do the same exact thing. So I know for me, I've experienced a lot of men following me on social media from the city I'm from. They would kind of lust after me and then DM me, try to get next to me, try to take me on dates. And I fell victim to one of my fans. And you guessed it, one of my fans actually is one of my exes. And he had been reaching out to me since my sophomore year of high school. So we had each other on Snapchat for years. And I never really paid him any mind, any attention whatsoever. He tried talking to me in sophomore year of high school, and I kind of ignored him the first time. He tried again in my junior year of high school, but I kind of gave him a chance. So I allowed him to take my number and he began texting me. And I realized that the vibe wasn't really there. I don't know, I just really wasn't interested like that. But I just thought I would give it a chance because, he had reached out after 2 years. So he seemed persistent. So obviously things didn't really work out. Fast forward to my junior year of college. Yes, this man kept trying all the way until my junior year of college, ladies. And this is where it gets scary. Now, I'm a little older, he's a little older, so I'm thinking, okay, he may be mature. I'm in a place where I'm interested in being in a more serious relationship. We're older. Let's give it a try. And biggest mistake of my life. He pursued me for years. He had me on his radar for years. And he decided that since he got me in his good graces, he was going to love bomb me for the first year of our relationship or getting to know one another. When we made it official, that's when things started to go downhill. Like a true narcissist, his colors started to show. He was prioritizing everyone and everything over me. He triangulated me with his mother, his female best friends, other women. Cheating started, physical abuse started. So a lot of things happened once I gave this man a chance. And this is my warning to you, ladies. Never give a man a chance who's been trying with you for years. What men aren't going to tell you is that they get a sense of rejection when they can't win you over the first time they try with you. So if you deny them, or if you ghost them, or if the communication kind of just falls off and you're not interested in anymore, and then years later down the line you decide to give them a chance, let them take you on a date, or you actually get into a full-blown relationship with this person, please know that they have a vendetta. Please know that they have a plan to fucking hurt you. And it's because they feel scorned. They feel bitter. They feel as though you have hurt them and their ego. So they're going to get back at you by making you fall in love with them. And then once they know that they have their hooks in you and that they got you wrapped around their pinky and that you're in love with them, they're going to drop you. Why? Because they spent years pursuing you, years of being ghosted by you, years of them lusting after you, all for you to deny them over and over and over again. So they made it up in their minds that once they finally get you, they're going to make you suffer. They're going to punish you for it. They will wait for the perfect opportunity to punish you for making them wait, for making them pursue you unnaturally, for making them lust over you, for making them wonder, for you putting up a fight. It's a weird psychological game that they play in their minds with you, but nonetheless, it is very dangerous because usually these men are violent, whether it's emotionally, psychologically, or physically. They tend to be violent after they get you. They tend to be angry after they get you because part of them felt entitled to you from the beginning. And I have a video about entitlement in beautiful women, so go check that out. but part of them feels entitled to you once they speak to you for the first time. And that's the delusion with a lot of men. That's why a lot of them crash out when you don't give them the attention they think they deserve, when they're catcalling you in the street, or when they DM you and say, oh, pull up, or come see me, or let me take you out, whatever they may say to you to try to butter you up. And when you don't give it to them, they keep a mental note of that. Will they stop trying you? Absolutely not, right? They don't care. They will continue to pursue you, even though they know they don't have the tools or the healthy mindset to forge a proper relationship with you. So yeah, you may deny them, you may turn them down, but they will continue to try you. And these men will destroy your life. That's why a lot of women find themselves getting trapped by men as well, because when they finally get you, when they finally feel like they've gotten you, they're going to put a baby in you. Why? Because they want to have access to you. They want to be able to have 18 years of access to you, whatever that access looks like. Some of them think because you're his baby mother, he'll be able to get sex from you whenever he wants. Some of them think because you're his baby mother, he'll be able to get money from you, or you guys will be able to move in and join incomes and join households. Whatever he sees as a benefit, he's going to take it, because it means being tied to you and you being a part of his life. Also, once these men realize, just like I spoke about in my previous video, once they realize that you are not perfect, because a lot of these men have idolized the women who they lust over on social media, the women who they lust over in real life, so maybe in the workplace, maybe in school. Once they realize that you are not this perfect woman that they've kind of made you out to be, that's when the devaluation comes. That's when they start to take their mask off and show their true self. Once they realize you may have family issues, mommy or daddy issues, once they realize that you have flaws, once they realize that your shit stinks just like them, that is going to turn them off to you, and they will start to treat you differently. And I'm not talking about the men who accept and understand that women have flaws. I'm talking about the men who view women as trophies. These men usually are let down when they realize that you have flaws just like them. And for some of them, those flaws may be too much for them to handle. Some of them thought you would just be this perfect girl who had nothing wrong with her, who was just completely the full package, right? But once they realize that you have things that you have to work on, or you have quirks, or just little things about you that are different that he may not understand or want to understand, that is when the abuse happens. That is when he begins to treat you differently, and that's when you notice a shift in how you deal with each other. I have a cousin right now who is going through a really abusive situation with her husband, who love bombed the shit out of her in the beginning of their relationship, and after she had her son, his mask fell off. He completely turned on her. He used to idolize her and tell her how much of a dream girl she was, and just made her feel like she was everything. And now she's constantly searching for the old version of her husband back. And everyone keeps telling her he's gone. He's gone. Because once he showed his true colors, once he began abusing her, that's when the person is no longer there. And I think a lot of women stay in situations because they want that old person back. They don't understand how the person who was pursuing them and who was so infatuated with them and who liked them so much, or so it seemed, could switch up and completely hate them and torture them and ruin their lives. And so, unfortunately, there are some women who, because they have fell for the lie and the okey doke that this man has put on, because he's a narcissist and that's what they do, they love bomb you. When they devalue you, you lose your mind and you're constantly searching for that old person. But what women don't realize is that person was never there. So you're looking for something that was never there. It was a facade and it was an illusion. So ladies, drop down in the comment section and let me know your thoughts. I wonder if any of you have experienced this or know someone that has. I'd love to have a conversation about it further. And I'll also be leaving my email in the description box so you can share with me any stories you have there as well. Have a lovely day, ladies.